One of the things that you're going to have to deal with most in relationships is, it's inevitable, every guy has to deal with it, is dealing with a woman's moods. Now, we've talked about this sort of dark, wild part of feminine nature before, and how women have these sort of eruptions, some worse than others, some a little bit more turbulent than others. But moods are an inevitable part of dealing with an emotional creature that is a woman, and you have to know how to handle them. There's one key difference between guys who do well at handling women's moods and guys who do poorly, and that's reactivity. You do not want to be reactive. As a man, you do not want to be reactive about anything. You want to be proactive. And if something comes and hits you, you want to be able to hold space with it, be able to take the blow, and then respond as you need to respond, rather than respond without thinking. The funny thing about guys is that we are so bad with our emotions for the most part. We're so repressed emotionally. And what we do is we shame women because women have emotions, and women express their emotions. Now, they may not express the emotions in a good way. They may not express them in an eloquent way, but they're expressing them. And they're expressing them because they want us to interact with them. They want us to engage with them. And so when we get reactive, what we're doing is, and especially when we get reactive and we say, oh, well, what are you doing? Like why do you get so emotional? It's like, you're getting emotional, dude. You're getting emotional. You are being reactive right now. And just because you're detached from your emotions, you're seeing hers, and you're not able to be there, not able to feel her, you're creating up some sort of barrier between you, and you're judging her. I know this is not common talk for guys in this corner, but men who are advanced in dealing with women, not just LARPing about it, they understand that you have to meet a woman's emotions if you're going to get deeper with her, if you're going to get those emotions to cease. You are resisting it, and therefore it is persisting. So ways to deal with a woman's moods, besides for being reactive to them, well, the prime one is you hold space for her. And you feel it. You empathize with her. You don't have to say much during this, if anything at all. But you can look at her and you can listen. You can feel where she's coming from. It's very difficult for guys to do this. Most guys will shut down. The emotional intensity of a woman is too much. It's overwhelming for us as a guy. But as a guy, you have to learn how to do this if you want to have really good success in a relationship. When a woman is in an emotional state, she feels misunderstood. She may not be even angry at you, but something that is going on in her life is throwing her off kilter. And so she is being emotional to you because she is looking for you to ground her. And the way you ground her is with this non-reactivity and with this empathy, this listening, this holding space for her. As we talked about, it is no different when you hold space with a girl at a bar. She feels that connection. A woman you have been with for months, years, decades, she's going to feel that exact same grounding. And what's crazy about this, except it's actually completely intuitive, is that as she feels like she can trust you to be there when things are turbulent, she has less anxiety and reason to feel turbulent. The moods become much more calm because she knows that there is no reason for her to be upset because she can trust you. And this is the thing. We talk about trust, and we talk about it so much from the standpoint of like fidelity or being there for somebody, right? Not leaving the relationship. But trust is also in the things that you do as a man. Are you doing what you say you're going to do on a regular basis? It's the lack of doing things like this that women notice and that throw them into moods. Maybe she's nagging. Maybe she has a problem with that. Or maybe you have a problem with doing what you say you're going to do. You have to be introspective and you have to own it as a man. Be very clear to yourself about how you are showing up and listen. Don't get defensive. Listen. She's acting this way because she feels like she can't handle something that's going on in the relationship. She doesn't know how to express it. Sometimes these moods are not as serious, though. Sometimes, and again, who's to say that even has anything to do with you? Many times it doesn't. There are other things in this world that throw a woman, and she throws her moods back at us because we're there, and we're the person that she trusts to be able to go to with these emotions that she doesn't know how to deal with, that she wants to let loose. So sometimes, all we need to do is take that energy and redirect it. It's not necessarily about grounding it, it's about redirecting it. Think of it like electricity. Sometimes you have to ground it, sometimes you have to channel it elsewhere. And this is when you have the power of things like humor. A woman could be in a state and she's upset about something. So get her out of her state. Tease her, play with her. Wrestle her. She's complaining, grab her, throw her on the bed, tickle her. The art of dealing with a woman's moods, and it is an art, is understanding your own woman. What level is her mood at? Sometimes the woman is in the mood to lose the mood, and you have the power to take that away from her. You have the power to take away this frustration, channel it into a different emotion. So she's laughing, so she's turned on. But in every single case with this, when you're dealing with a woman's moods, there needs to be an underlying layer of acceptance and of not being fazed by it. This is a practice. I don't want you as a guy to feel as if this is an easy thing. This is the work of all men ever. This is what it's like to be a man with a woman. If you don't accept this, you do not accept women. You do not accept female nature. And you should really consider, if you're solid that you do not want to deal with this, you should consider not being with women, because you will never be able to compromise on this fact. You either lean more into it and you accept them in their entirety, their entire aspect of their nature. Not only the good, but also the bad. If you do this, then you will start to become a master of female nature, and women will trust you more with the good, with the juicy parts of them. You will not just get the dark femininity, which she's been forced to repress all the time. You will get the good. But as a man, in order to do that, you have to get in touch with your own masculinity. Guys who are not in touch with their masculinity try the wrong approach to women's moods. And some of the wrong approaches are to, as we talked about, getting reactive, fighting, yelling back at her. It only makes it worse. But they also will sometimes try to appease her. Oh, what can I do to make it better? She doesn't want to see your weakness. She doesn't want you to fix it. If there is a problem to be fixed, fix it on your own. But when she's in that state and when her mood is out there, what she is really looking for is she's looking to feel some trust, some place that she can grab onto. Somebody who can either help to take the emotion away, to allow her to get rid of it. And that's what you have to do as a man. We used the analogy before. You are a boat on the ocean, and the woman is the ocean. If you don't want to sail, get off the water.